All right. Well, good morning, Gabriella. It's nice to have you here with us this morning.
I'm glad to be here. I know it took me a little while, but I'm happy to be here.
Oh, thanks for fighting traffic to get down here. I know that's a hassle sometimes. And super happy to have Gabriella Sandoval from Century 21 Citrus
Yes.
with us this morning. And for the benefit of everyone that will be listening, Gabby's been in the business about 2 years now, licensed. And for all of you realtors that are newer in the business, this podcast is for you. It's really going to be a fun
definitely.
one. We're going to have a good time. And today we're talking about the mindset of a champion. And when you think about that, we're all champions in our various ways. Mm-hmm. All right. Today we're going to focus on what it takes to be a good realtor and the mindset that Gabby has to do so. So we're going to ask Gabby some key questions. We're going to get to know you better, which is exciting. And maybe just to get to know you a little bit better, get us started. Tell us a little bit about what led you into real estate.
Okay, so real estate is something that I've always kind of had in the back of my mind. Like I told you previously, I worked at In-N-Out for a few years when I was younger. That actually opened the door for my banking career. I had a manager from the branch at Wells Fargo up the street. She would come to the sorry.
That's okay.
She would come to the In-N-Out all the time, and she loved my customer
Who
service.
doesn't love In-N-Out?
But every time I saw her, she was very thankful. She said my energy was always up. She enjoyed the service I always provided. And so she ended up hiring me. I got hired at Wells Fargo. I started doing that full time. I actually followed the branch manager to Bank of America. So I was in the banking industry for about 10 years.
Wow.
Yes. My coach today, Andrew Mendez, he was actually the one who continued to reach out to me every year. I want to say about like 5-7 years. He would tell me like, hey, come to real estate. Come to real estate.
Wow.
Come to real estate.
So this is at In-N-Out.
I was at yes. So
And
I
at
was
the
already at
bank?
Bank of America.
Okay,
And he would
okay.
reach out to me because I've known him since I was in high school, and he would always reach out to me. Come to real estate. I think you'll be great. I think you'll be great. And I was like, no. I was always scared.
I'm comfortable. I'm
yes.
all right.
I was like, no. Bank of America's taking care of me. I'm really happy here. Like.
Get a steady paycheck. I'm good.
Exactly. And then I was working towards becoming a branch manager, and I was almost there. I was basically running a branch and as an assistant manager. So I was running a branch, COVID hits, and all of a sudden Bank of America is not taking care of me. Bank of America is not taking care of me, and
Decision
it was just
time.
exactly. And it was kind of like a hit, like it was a blow to the face. I had been so loyal to this company, and COVID hits. I'm working 6 days, opening, closing the branch, and I'm not getting taken care of anymore.
Wow.
And Andrew happened to text me his annual text.
Uh-huh. Good
Gabby,
job,
you
Andrew.
He's Gabby, you need to come to real estate. I was like, okay, how do I get started?
And the rest is history, huh?
And
Wow.
I was just like, okay, I'm making the move.
That's great. So if I remember from our conversation, you started, you got your license, your real estate license, about 2 years ago now?
About 2 years ago. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah,
But I haven't been actively working in real estate.
So tell us a little bit about that. So, because that's what happened to me too.
Mm-hmm.
I got my license, and then I kind of took a little bit of a detour. It's kind of like squirrel, and I saw something else. I saw a couple other things that were appealing to me. I'm also a professional beach volleyball referee.
Oh my gosh, how
So
fun.
I've got that.
I played volleyball in high school.
And
I coached.
That's so cool. That's so cool. You might have been one of the referees you yelled at me. But it's I didn't really get serious right away either. So is that kind of how that rolled for you too, or?
So I got my license. Honestly, like crazy life events kind of happened back to back. So I got my license. I was in a relationship, and he was kind of like, okay, look, go ahead, quit your job on this date. Just worry about going into real estate. Like, I'll support you.
Yeah.
Of course, that doesn't always work out. Something happened in his career, and that wasn't it. So I went through that breakup, but I already had my license. And at the time, I was also the maid of honor for my best friend. Yeah. So
A lot going on.
No, so a lot going on. So I got my license. Breakup happens a few months later. I'm planning all these things with my best friend for her wedding, and Bank of America kind of gave me an ultimatum because they found out I was getting my license, or I had just gotten my license. Oh no, I had already gotten my license. And so that year that all that happened, I actually ended up working at a trust fund for iron workers benefits in the pension department.
Interesting.
But I did it because my best friend was going to be moving to Texas. And we've been best friends since we were 8 years old. And so it was kind of like, hey, let me save some money. Let me get my let me get my savings account where I need to be able to quit my job.
Right.
But also I was able to spend every day with her for a whole year before she left.
Yeah. Hey, you don't get those moments back, right?
No, and I don't regret waiting to do real estate because it was just a lot of little things that had to happen for me to dive in.
Yeah.
And that year was probably an amazing year. I was not a big fan of that job, but I spent every day with my best friend before she left.
Everything's timing, isn't it?
Exactly.
The right things happen at the right time when they're supposed to.
Yeah. And I truly believe that too, because I don't know any different. Everyone's like, oh my God, like, how are you dealing with this in real estate? How are you dealing with this change? Like, I don't know any different. This is just regular real estate. This is what I believe real estate is. As difficult as it is right now with the interest rates, I don't know any difference.
Right.
Because when I started, the rates were high. There's nothing different. Or I don't have anything where I'm like, oh my God, it was so much easier 3 years ago.
Right. You don't have any measurement tools to go back. You just
because I'm like,
started
isn't this real estate? This
Yeah.
is normal.
Well, it's interesting that you bring that up because one of the next natural questions would be is, during these challenging financial times for just about everybody, the national debt, credit card debt alone is $1.8 trillion in this country and growing every day. So people are under a lot of stress. But my question to you, and you kind of mentioned it a little bit here, is, what pivots, what adjustments have you had to make just in your last 2 years of real estate to be successful? And you kind of answered some of it already.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't know any better.
Yeah, there is the pivots where I have had to kind of change some things because...
Like your marketing approach or...
No. So it's more my mindset when it comes to sales. Because I was taught certain ways to sell when I was a banker for, I want to say 4 years, 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
And as an assistant manager, I was training our tellers in our market. So from different branches, I was training tellers, I was training bankers. I was basically teaching them how to be financially literate in order to be able to help clients. Like you said, national debt is growing. How can they help others? Exactly. So the national credit debt is growing, and I think that is something that I've been able to kind of pivot off of is my banking experience. Very because helpful. Bank of America was huge on financial literacy, and I've been able to use that towards my real estate. But like I said, there's nothing I've had to pivot off of because I don't know any different. Yeah. Rates have been high for the last year. Right. And if buyers are looking to buy, they're going to buy.
That's right. Yeah, that's interesting because those of us that have been in the business for years is we've seen the highs and the lows of the market. If it goes up, it must come down. If it comes down, it's got to go back up, and that's just what it does. But unfortunately, this particular one, coupled with a pandemic that we've never seen really on this scale since like the Spanish flu in the early 1900s, this did something crazy because it affected the whole world and the economy. It shut down the United States, especially, and parts of the world. So people were impacted like they'd never been impacted before. And so those of us that were used to the ups and the downs and this and that, we also got this thrown at us. And then it was kind of cool because we went through like 3 years ago, the interest rates plummeted down into unheard of rates. Yeah. Down in the low twos. I locked a guy in at 1.99.
Oh my gosh.
He'll never refinance again unless he gets himself in debt. And don't get yourself in debt, right?
Yeah.
And I mean, right now we're refinancing some people that are in the twos because their credit card debt is astronomical. And when you're paying 24 to 27% or more on your credit cards every month, sometimes you have to cash out and refi so you can pay off all that debt.
Yeah.
Take a little higher mortgage, monthly payment. But now you've wiped out all this debt.
Yeah.
So overall, your payment could be lower each month. So those are the things that we've had to kind of pivot and adjust our marketing approach and realize that there's people out there that are swimming in debt that don't know a way out.
Yeah. And that goes back to the financial literacy, because is a lower interest rate on your mortgage more important than a better payment for
overall.
all your debt? Because that's what it goes back. Because that was a big thing too at Bank of America, where it was, don't focus so much on the interest rate, because does the client need a lower rate to lower the payment because they have good credit and great debt to income ratio? Or is it because they need more cash flow in their pockets every month? Because you're taking a higher rate on your mortgage, but now you consolidated all your debt.
That's right. Paid off my cars. I paid off the credit cards. I don't have this crazy payment. Now I focus on this. And, your background of banking and having that just adds to your overall value as a real estate agent, because now having that financial literacy background, you take that straight into helping people get ready to purchase, because there's a lot of effort that goes into getting people ready for purchase, right?
Yeah, it's a lot of work working with buyers, but I do piggyback off of the banking industry, what I was taught, and how I can
Very smart.
take that into the buyers.
Yeah.
Teach them about it. I think there's like 2 or 3 buyers who aren't ready to buy. They'll probably be purchasing in like another 2 years because of their debt to income, their income. And it's nice to be able to talk to them and give them advice based off what I've already learned and know. One of them, he might be able to buy probably early next year. He has a high auto payment. So his auto loan's very high.
Yep.
And I had to take the time to educate him. Honestly, when you're ready to purchase, you're going to need to refinance that loan.
Yes.
I know you can make the $900 payment, but we need to refinance it in order to make your debt to income ratio make sense.
That's a good
And I told,
thought.
if you refinance and make it another 5-year loan, you don't have to pay it in 5 years.
That's right.
Keep making the regular payment, but on paper, we need to make sure you look good.
That's such a good, helpful strategy. Another potential on that too is have the title moved to somebody else's name.
Yeah.
Now it doesn't show up on his credit report anymore. And, have that whole loan go over to somebody else's name. So it's, we work with strategies like that as well to either, and he might, sometimes people have the money to pay things. It's just when you have to show it on paper, now it goes against your debt to income ratio.
Exactly.
Because people have other sources that maybe they don't report, other sources of income. But I love how you're educating people. You're providing them a strategy. You're adding value that shows, hey, I care about you. If right now you're not in the best position to purchase, I'm going to help you every step of the way to get there.
And honestly, that's something that my office is big on. You need to show value and be valuable to your clients. And I do learn from a lot, especially we have great agents in our office, and especially our seasoned agents, they do not gatekeep anything.
Oh, that's
I'm
wonderful.
in a great office. I've learned so much in just the last 9 months. But a big part of it, you're right. If you don't show value now, where are they going to go?
Yeah, they will find somebody else.
They will. And my coach, oh my gosh, my biggest thing is, I don't know why, I do not call my SOI my sphere of influence. It's just, I never did it at the bank. So I've given so much pushback on it. And my coach simply put it, so if you don't help them, do you want some crummy agent helping them?
That's right.
Somebody who's not going to have the best interest for them? And that was
light bulb went off.
Yeah.
Huh? It's like, whoa,
Yeah.
wait a minute.
Yeah, because people know to come to me when
They
they
trust
have
you.
Yeah, when they have banking questions or they
Yeah.
have loan questions, anything. They come to me. They come, hey, Gabby, what's the best credit card I can? I'm not at the bank, but I'll get back to you.
Sure.
And I don't know why I'm not doing real estate. Why am I not like, hey guys,
Yeah.
do you need help? I'm here.
It's, sometimes it's, and like you mentioned before, it's a mindset.
Mm-hmm.
It's a mindset we get so focused on wanting to help other people.
Yeah.
And sometimes we forget. I mean, the worst thing that could happen to us is our best friend, our dad, our mom, somebody comes running up. Hey, I just bought a house. We're so excited. We're moving in. You're like, what?
Yeah.
Why didn't you? Oh, I never
Talk to you. Exactly. And it's like, wait, why am I not talking to them? Why do I not want the best for them?
Yeah. Yeah. And sometimes it's not even, because when it comes down to it, of course we know it deep in our heart. We want what's best for our friends, our sphere of influence, but maybe sometimes we're a little afraid to let them down.
Yeah,
Sometimes
I agree.
it's like, oh man, what if
Yeah.
what if something happens now? Would it ruin our friendship? And I've had people tell me that before. And, I think it just comes down to, Gabby, in my experience too, is setting the right expectations, just like we would anybody else.
Yeah.
This is set a plan. Here's the expectations. Work with a good partnership, work with a good lending team, and say, look, here, prepare people.
Yeah.
And then you roll with it. Like anything in life, there's going to be some little things that come up in the process. But you know what? Wouldn't you rather have somebody you know and trust got your back and take care of these things
That's
that
true.
you don't have to face? So I'm so happy to hear that you've been kind of reprogramming your mind there.
I'm working on it still.
It's not easy, and you know
No.
what? That's a mindset of a champion right
yeah.
there. It's somebody that's ready to win. Winners flock to other winners. People that are ready to succeed. Billionaires don't hang out with people that don't have any drive or don't make much money or whatever, don't have an interest in it. They hang out with other billionaires. Well, why? Because they have the same mindset.
Yep.
They have the same values, same goals. And I love your team approach there. It sounds like you got a fantastic office.
Oh, I do. I am so happy in that office.
Makes all the difference.
I don't even think I would want to be a broker.
Because you're having too much fun, huh?
Well, I don't think I'd want to be a broker because I enjoy the customer service aspect of it.
Yeah.
And my broker does such a great job. He does such a wonderful job in our office, and he provides so much for us that I don't see myself really ever having my own office. And I know a lot of
Probably
real
makes
estate
him feel
agents-
better, too.
I know. Thanks, OJ. So our top performer in our office, she was just shy of $800,000 in GCI last year.
Wow.
And she's been there, she said, 10 years in April. And she has no interest in starting her own office. She's so happy.
Yeah. That's great.
Yeah. That's not my goal. My goal, actually, honestly, also the reason I went into real estate is I'm getting older. And the bank could not provide me a type of schedule where I could be a mom. Like, I
Right.
want to be a mom.
Sure.
And I can't be an active mom the way I want to and I see myself being working 9 to 5,
No.
Monday through Friday, some Saturdays.
Yep.
And sometimes you're there till like 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
There's no way. I want to be able to take my kids to school, pick them up from school, watch them play
Absolutely.
sports. And real estate is honestly opening that door.
That's fantastic. Well, this has been just a great opportunity to get inside your mind, your strategies, your love for real estate, your love for your broker shop. OJ, hey, I want to tell you personally, I don't know you yet. I look forward to meeting you. But thank you for raising such an amazing real estate agent in your office, mentoring her, letting us borrow Gabby for a few minutes. I have a final question for you.
Yeah.
What advice would you offer to other newer real estate agents who are looking to get in this business or stay in this business to be successful in 2024 and beyond? What advice or words of wisdom might you offer them?
Honestly, like, if this is what you want, don't give up. Do not give up. It's a lot of work. It's so much work, and I feel like TV, everything glamorizes real estate. And it's not. It's a lot of work. I probably work more now than I did at the bank. And it's going to be worth it if it's truly what you want. If you truly value in providing excellent customer service, because we're here to service people. And honestly, take the time to educate yourself on everything, on how you can benefit your clients. Who can you benefit? What can you provide for them? I actually went door knocking yesterday.
Hey, all right. Woo. I love door
knocking. And I came across an elderly gentleman who's telling me he's trying to move to Carlsbad, but the rates are too high, the taxes, and he had originally talked to a realtor last year. He was looking to buy, was ready to sell, and it just didn't work out. But he wasn't educated on the Prop 19. He didn't know he could take his tax rate with him. 70 years old, and he had no idea that he could do that.
You came at the perfect time.
Yeah, and it was just educating him, and I provided value in those 5 minutes where he's kind of like, hey, you know what? Let me reach out to you. I need to talk to my wife.
Fantastic.
And just that little piece of education where it kind of clicked again, where Bank of America was always big on, like, make sure that your bankers are on top of it. They're educated. They can educate their clients, because there's a Bank of America a mile away.
Oh, yeah.
There's a real estate agent around the corner. Yeah. So it's really paying attention to what's going on and connecting with your affiliates. They're the ones that are going to help you and educate you. So I had just enough information to talk to him about Prop 19. Right away, called my title rep. I'm like, hey, when are you going to be in the office? Oh, I'll be there tomorrow. Great. I need to sit down and talk to you. I need to be completely educated and know all the benefits of Prop 19, because I don't want to come across someone who is aware of it.
Right.
And it's like, okay, well, what else can you provide? I already know what you know.
Right.
So education, staying on top of it. And that's huge. Connecting with your lenders, connecting with your title rep, connecting with escrow, everybody who can provide you just enough information to know that you can bring value to every conversation.
I love those words. And you know what's interesting today, I think we've all heard the term, it takes a village, right?
Oh, yeah.
It takes a team. It's almost unheard of today to have a solo agent or a solo lender out there doing their own thing. The team approach has proven to be the most effective. You partner with people, you connect with people. We have our broker owners, like we have Joe here in our office, our broker owner, and yet we all have an individual responsibility, as you mentioned, to educate ourselves on the programs, on the strategies, on the Prop 19s, all of those kinds of things. And now we can add value. And the fact that you went out door knocking is one of the things that we educate our newer loan officers as well. In fact, we pair them up with various realtors to say, let's go out together, because there is safety in numbers as well.
Oh, 100%.
You go out with people, you door knock, and then what we like to do is take some reels while we're out there.
Yeah.
Right? We take some reels out here. Hey, out in the community today, doing this, da-da-da. And it's just, you're adding value, Gabby, and that's so wonderful for your community. And obviously, we'll help you any way that we can and support you. But you heard it today from Gabriella Sandoval with Century 21 Citrus. The mindset of a champion. Never give up. Educate yourself and take advantage of everything that your team has to offer. So, Gabby, thank you so much for taking the drive down here. I know that drive was not easy, but I hope it was worth it for you, and I know it'll be worth it for those that are listening. So thank you so much for joining us.
Of course. Thank you for having me. This was fun.
Good.
I enjoyed it.
We'll do it again.